Okay, guys, Keith at Crypto Bullseye, and this one is going to be a major update on Jasmycoin. This thing has been playing ball, guys, and go back and watch the last few videos on Jasmycoin because every single thing that we expected to happen has happened time and time again on Jasmycoin. Started off down here, guys, this bullish divergence. We'd said one thing, we'd come back down, we'd put in a lower low, the RSI had put in a higher low, we were at support, we expected a bounce at that, we needed the chart to catch up to what the RSI was telling us, and once we'd got a break of this big trend, we expected resistance to be at this point. Go back and watch the videos, guys. We expected resistance to be at this point, and we expected to pull back. We pulled back. Where did we pull back? From the previous resistance to flip support. We got a bounce from there. We've got another break. And in the last video, guys, I said one thing. We needed to break a key level. That was this previous high, 0.01784. Guess what, guys? We've broken that previous high. That allows for one thing, understanding where the risk is. Once you understand the risk, the reward looks after itself time and time again. Right, okay, guys, 0.01799. That's the price on Jasmycoin. And we're going to talk about a lot in this video, guys, specifically what type of a trader am I, because there's different types of trader trading different types of strategies with different types of rules, different types of metrics, some of indicators, some of price action. Support and resistance is my bag, guys. I always look for price action, what it does at key levels between support and resistance. I'll add in indicators, guys. I'll add in different filters. I'll add in different things that are going to add weight behind my thesis. But ultimately, what I care about is this area here, and this big gap here. This is what I've been talking about in the previous Jasmy videos, guys. Once you break through this level, there's little resistance all the way up to this previous resistance level, which is 120% move from where this support is. So it is a key significant level, guys. And how did I know that this was going to happen, guys? How did we know and how did we understand, being a support and resistance trader, that Jasmycoin was going to do this? Go back and check the last few videos, guys. That was the shelf. Once we dropped that shelf, we expected to come back down to this support zone. Once we dropped that support zone, there was the next support zone. We'd got a bullish divergence at that support zone. We expected a bounce because we got a bullish divergence. The RSI was oversold, guys. Oversold, remember. Then we got the bounce. Then we got the break for the first time in 2025. So that signified one thing, guys. What happens once you get a break of trend? Once you get a break of trend and you take out the previous lower high, what's that, guys? The first signs of a trend reversal. So if we just simplify it, guys, we're in a downtrend. Downtrend, putting in lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. When is the trend reversed, guys? When you come back and you take out this previous lower high and you put in a higher high, come back down and you put in a higher low. So head and shoulders reversal patterns. We're going to talk about that quickly, guys, and what the significance is of this, because there is your left shoulder, there is your head, there is your right shoulder. Anybody that is watching that's new to crypto, when I'm talking about an inverse head and shoulders, you're probably going to think that I'm crazy, guys. But the significance behind an inverse head and shoulders and why they're high probability moves is this, guys, because we've come down, we've put in a lower low, guys, we've put in a lower high, and then we've put in a lower low. That's where we had the bullish divergence that the RSI told us. That's where we expected to get a bounce, and that's where we expected to get a break. We expected to get a break, and I expected resistance at this point, guys. I told you beforehand, resistance at this point. Why? Because that was the previous shelf, guys. What was previous support flips resistance until it breaks as support, until the trend is reversed. But this, coming up to test this key level here, guys, tells us one thing, that the bulls are regaining strength because they're managing to come up to test these previous levels. So we've taken out this level, we've taken out that lower high, we've put in a higher high. Then the next thing, guys, the next thing to confirm is the higher low. So we've put in a higher low and bam, we've come up. Now we're going to talk about where we are now, guys. But however, first, before we do that, the significance between the head and shoulders pattern. It is a high probability move because if you're putting in lower lows and you're putting in lower highs and you're putting in lower lows and you're putting in lower highs, you expect to continue to put in lower lows. But when you turn round and then you test this previous high, lower high, and then you come back down and put in a higher low and take out that, that's signaling, guys, that the trend has reversed. So we've got strong signs now. We've got strong signs because we are taking out the lower highs. We are putting in higher highs. We have put in a higher low. We have taken out this previous high. So it is looking pretty rosy at the moment, guys. But one thing that I would like to do in an ideal world is this. This is my Fibonacci extension tool. From the bottom of this swing to the top of this swing, back down to this swing. And ideally, in an ideal world, guys, what I want is to test between this level here. that would give me an indication that swing 3 on a 5 swing move would be intact because swing 3 needs to be bigger than swing 1. So at the moment, guys, swing 3 is not bigger than swing 1. So that's indicating a little bit more of a push up here. So if we get a bit more of a push up, does that mean we're going to likely to come back down to test this as support, guys? Yes, it does. I'm expecting to come back and test this as support. And one thing that I'm looking for, guys, remember we use indicators to back up our thesis. The RSI on the stochastic is telling us that we're overbought at the moment. So if we get a push up and then the RSI is telling us we're overbought, the aim of the game, guys, and this is the important thing, is to put in another higher low. So if we pull back and we put in a higher low and the stochastic comes back from overbought to oversold, this is the key, guys. As you've put in a higher low at this new support level that was previous resistance, the stochastics come back down into oversold. Expect another big move to the upside. It's as simple as that, guys. When you're in a downtrend and you're using the stochastic RSI, each time that you put in a lower high, guys, at trend, expect a pull down. Each time you put in a lower high at trend, expect a push down. And it's the opposite, guys. It's the opposite when you're in a bullish trend. And you can see higher high, higher low, higher high. We could do with a little extension, a pullback, test this as support, wait for the stochastic RSI to come back, and then give it another push to the upside. So, guys, that is just in simple terms how you can use support, how you can use resistance to your advantage, and how to understand by just using a simple indicator. The RSI stochastic, guys, is probably the most simple indicator out there. Tells you if something's overbought, tells you if something's oversold. If you use support and resistance on top of that, and you understand when you're in a bullish trend and you're putting in a higher low and the stochastic's oversold, expect a push to the upside, and then flip that in reverse for bearish. So if you did learn something today, guys, get yourself in the Discord group. You'll learn a lot more there, guys. But more importantly, the Discord group is just a hangout with a group of friends, guys. You can see we're not doing charts, we're not doing calls. We do charts and calls in there, but it is a group of friends with like-minded people that are interested in the same things, guys. So that is completely free. Get yourself in the Discord group. We've got a big video tomorrow. Find it. We've got a big video tomorrow which has got all of these chart requests. So get yourself in the Discord group. You can add to this before tomorrow's video, and I'll see you in the next one.